So, good morning from New Gokul Farm. We have just had our little milking session. We have a bunch of babies and mamas that are real happy. And then we have this poor baby. So, her mama, this is Neelakshi, and her mama, Tsungi, has a sick udder. So, I'm going to show you guys what that looks like and talk about how we're going to try to take care of it before we start introducing antibiotics. So I've milked out 3 of her udders, and I've just left the sick one for the baby to nurse on. So basically, when the milk is coming, there is some thickness to it, and also if you, we'll see if we can get a nice view of this. Also, when you feel it, it feels really hard. So one thing I'll do is we massage it. So for a couple of days, no kicking. So for a couple of days, I've been doing this procedure, and then she was seeming okay. So last night, I didn't tape the udders when I let the baby out, and the baby didn't aggressively enough nurse. So for a couple more days, we will do the taping of the udders so the baby can't get to them, the healthy ones, and that way only the sick udder is left for the baby to nurse on. So basically, when I'm milking her, when I begin like any day, and I allow the baby to come and nurse with me. But if the baby starts trying to nurse an udder other than the sick one, then I kick her off and tie her and give her some food so she can be, if she's hungry, she can have some food while I nurse out the other 3. So for the health of the mother, I have to nurse out the other 3, but I also can't have the baby filling up on them. Otherwise, the baby won't voraciously drink from the udder that needs to be drunk at the most. So we just wash them, and then we dry them, and then we wrap them. So to wrap them, I'm using this. I mean, you can find it in all kinds of varieties. Sometimes they come in packages that look like this, but they're full of this stuff, of course. And then I like to use them for little small medical kits of various conditions. They're good for holding gloves and gauze after you use all the product. So this stuff is really great because it doesn't have any adhesive to it. It just adheres to itself, and that way you're not putting something sticky on the cow's udder, and it doesn't leave any residue when you remove it. And actually, when I'm ready to remove it, I don't have to unwrap it. I can just pull down usually, and it comes right off. So to get started here, you just kind of and you gently hold it as you move this around, and then it just adheres to itself. So yeah, and then you wrap it a couple more times, and I kind of go down the teat as I wrap, down the teat, and then once you're at the bottom there, you come up. So you're at the bottom, you come up, and then around a couple more times. I don't want the baby to have anything it can grab hold on, so if there's anything lingering at the bottom, but there, I kind of tuck it under there. I find that my hold rate for the way that I wrap is about 70 to 80%. When this same cow had another medical issue at the same udder, but actually she had gotten a thorn caught in the little area space where the milk comes out, and kind of torn it. So we were also wrapping it, but in that case there was some medicine and some gauze, and in that case I found a 70 to 80% rate of her coming back and still having her bandage on. Now, since I've been doing this for, I think it's been about 3 days now, I've noticed 100% hold rate. She's yet to lose one. So I think not having the bandage and the medicine there kind of lends itself to holding a little snugger. So again, you get to the bottom, you pull it up, and then I kind of tuck those things under so the baby doesn't have anything to pull with its teeth. And they do have teeth. Usually just one set in the front, but in the back, don't put your finger back there. You might get loose some of your finger. Some skin might be lost in the experience. All right, so one roll I'm finding wraps about 3 teats. So this stuff, if you buy it in the bulk package, I think those run about $9 for 4 of them. Yeah, and then if you buy them singularly, they run almost $3, like $2.89 or something like that for a single roll. So essentially, this is a $3 cost per time that I do it, as opposed to the $70 for the antibiotic, and plus the effect that the antibiotic has on the cow's body. So we like to try to attack it with a natural method first, and we have the antibiotic if we need to for the mastitis, which is likely the condition here. But ideally, we can get it to cure up just by, letting the baby, because the baby hasn't nursed very much, so she'll be very voracious. Now, because, again, the mother's udder has become hard and sore, I will leave her tied while I let the baby nurse. Otherwise, she will run from the baby, and she'll kick around and not let the baby nurse while it's hard and sensitive like this. So usually at this point, I would generally let the mother out of the stanchion, and just let her eat her feed and let the baby nurse. But if I let her out and untie her, she won't let the baby nurse as hard and as sore as her udder is this morning. All right, so that's it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.